What's up guys? My Roli Lightpad Block M, the brand new one, it works. They fixed the problem. They actually released a firmware update because it seems like I wasn't the only one that had that triggering problem. If you watched my previous video, you know I have the original Lightpad Block as well. So what's new? What's the difference? Two main things. One is the surface. So the surface has changed, bumpier, ripply surface, and when you press into it, it goes a lot deeper. There's a really nice touch to it. So I really love the new surface on the Lightpad Block M. What else? Well, it's brighter, noticeably brighter. I don't know, can you tell from the video? The Lightpad Block M is $20 more expensive. Is it worth the $20?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, it's 20 bucks and you get this awesome new surface. It's totally worth it. I don't even know why they're still selling this old one. Back in one of my previous videos, I showed you everything you can do with the Lightpad Block in Ableton. You can watch that performance here. I'll put a link up there. You can do those things with Logic, GarageBand, pretty much any music production software. And some of you asked, well, how did I actually do all of those things? How do I set it up? So I thought today I'd show you how I did it. Once you've got your Lightpad Blocks connected to your computer, open up the Blocks Dashboard. Blocks Dashboard allows you to configure what you want your blocks to do. On the left side, I've got the Lightpad Block M, and on the right side, I've got the original Lightpad Block. You can see just by the way that the Lightpad Block looks, it's set up as a melodic block. The block on the right is set up as a drum block. And I'm really just triggering drums that are in a drum kit in Ableton. I also have this rhythm type of sound. It's actually an audio clip of a beatbox. I threw that into a sampler in Ableton, sliced that sample, and then I used the Lightpad Block to trigger that sample. So both the drums and that beatbox together sound like... The next thing you hear, this is also an audio sample I loaded into the sampler in Ableton, but now I want to play it as an instrument. Now remember, the Lightpad Block M is set up as a melodic block. If we put the rhythm and the vocal sample together, they sound like this. You'll notice that early on in my video, I pressed one of these squares and it started the Rhodes keyboard sound. I'm not actually playing the Rhodes, I'm actually triggering a clip. This is another way that you can use the Lightpad Block with Ableton. Now, since the video that I did, Roli actually introduced Ableton Live Control, and that's an actual configuration in the Blocks dashboard. So now you see the Lightpad Block M looks a little different. It's actually mimicking the session view in Ableton. You use these buttons here to trigger scenes, and you can trigger clips with these buttons here. The red at the top just stops everything. The rest of the buttons in the top row move around the session. There you go. So now I can trigger clips. Trigger those drums. If you want to trigger an entire scene, you use these buttons here. I also used the Lightpad Block as an XYZ pad. I'm controlling the auto filter. So up and down changes the resonance, left and right the frequency, and actually the pressure, so pressing this deeper in changes the LFO amount. Now, in the same way that I mapped a lot of these MIDI controls, I also mapped the fader block configuration to faders in Ableton. Now this is really straightforward. Again, going to MIDI Mapping, choose the fader that you want to control, and then press that on the Lightpad Block. Take down the guitar. Now you would have also seen me play the electric guitar in the video. I've used the guitar overdrive lead equator sound. It's so much fun to play, it sounds so realistic. It's actually even better with the Lightpad Block M because it's so much more responsive and the surface feels so much better. There you go. I think I covered everything. So that was pretty cool, huh? and easy, right? And remember, you can do this with more than just Ableton. You can use Logic, GarageBand, Fruity Loop Studio. A lot of different music production software will allow you to do the same thing because you're really just using this as a MIDI controller. Oh, my giveaway is still open. It's open until 11:59 p.m. Eastern US time on November 14th. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Keep making that music that you love, and I will see you later. Now there is one thing that both Lightpad blocks are really good at, and that's for robot walking.